Dear children of 9th standard, welcome to the next class. In the first class, we have seen how the 15 chapters are divided into 5 themes, and also we have seen which chapter is coming under physics, chemistry, biology and EVS. Now let us start the first chapter, matter in our surroundings. This chapter is coming under chemistry unit. This is coming under chemistry unit. Yes, first let me ask a question. What is meant by matter? We know that we have studied in the lower classes itself. Just we can recall it. Look at your surroundings. Make a look at your surroundings. We see a variety of things. They will be in different sizes, shapes and texture. What is meant by shape? If one is round in shape means other one is square in shape. Size, if one is small, other one is large. Texture means you can compare honey and water. Honey is in one's texture, then water is in another's texture. So what we can say, everything in the universe is made up of material. So this material is named matter. So give some examples of matter. The air we breathe is a matter. The food which we eat is a matter. Stones, clouds, stars, plants, animals. Then other than you in your book, you is a matter, I am a matter, everything is a matter, sugar, sand, water it may be, vegetable, everything is a matter only. So how can we define a matter? So anything that occupies space and have mass is called matter. Occupy space means they have volume. Mass means they have some weight. So that is said to be matter. In Tamil we used to say Panchabhudangal. What are they? Air, earth, fire, sky and water. So they also matter only. So everything in the universe, either living or non-living, is made up of basic elements. This basic elements is called matter. Now let us go for the topic 1.1. 1.1 is the physical nature of matter. 1.1 is the physical nature of matter. Okay, we want to say what is matter? Matter is made up of what? Okay, so what we can say means matter is made up of particles like sand. It was like sand, sugar, matter is made up of particles. The matter is not continuous like a block of wood, or it was not like a block of paper. It was like particles like sand and sugar. Okay, so matter is made up of particles. Okay, for this an activity is given in the book. You have to take 100 ml beaker, or you can take a tumbler. You have to fill half with water and you want to mark the level of water. Then we have to dissolve some salt or sugar. We can take with the help of glass rod. If you are doing in the home means you can take a spoon. Okay, stir well and you note down the changes. What happens? If it is a sand means it will come and settle at the bottom. If it is salt means it will be evenly distributed in water. It shows that matter is made up of particles. Okay, water is a particle that have spaces in between that, and salt is also a particle. It has spaces in between that. So one goes into the space of the other. So what is the thing? Matter is made up of particles. Have you understood? So the first one is matter is made up of particles. Then let us go for the second property. We want to see how small these particles are, how small this matter is. Okay, for that we can do a simple activity. You take a beaker, you take approximately 100 ml of water, then you add a small amount of Dettol to that, stir and notice the smell. You can feel the Dettol smell, isn't it? Then from that solution you take 1 10 ml and again you add 90 ml of water. Can you still feel the Dettol smell? Yes. Again you add in the second beaker, you take 10 ml of water. Again add 90 ml. Can you feel the Dettol smell? Yes, you can feel. What does it mean? Even the concentration is very less also, we can feel the smell of Dettol, isn't it? So what does it mean? Means a spoon of particle or a small amount of particle contains millions of particles. A small amount of matter contains millions of particles. It is very small. It is very tiny. We cannot imagine also. I used to say it is opposite to universe. Can you imagine the universe, how it is big? We have learned in 8th standard in the last chapter, no? The universe is that much big. The atom is that much small. The matter is that much small. Have you all understood? Yes. Now let us go for the topic 1.2. Characteristics of particles of matter. Okay, characteristics of particles of matter. Matter is made up of particles, no? So these particles are called as atoms. These particles are called as atoms. Okay, what are the characteristics means? They have spaces in between them. The particles, that is the atom, have spaces in between them. Have you ever prepared sugar solution, salt solution, Dettol solution? That and I have told you now, isn't it? Have you ever prepared coffee? So, what are the materials needed to prepare coffee? We have to take milk, water, then sugar, then coffee powder. Then for preparing lemonade, that is lemon juice, we need lemon, we need water, then we need sugar also, isn't it? So they mix with each other, or they do not. Yes, they mix with each other. How they mix with each other? I already told you, no? Particles have spaces in between them. I told you or not? So in the space of one matter, other matter goes into it. Okay, so this property is called diffusion. This property is called diffusion. So because of this diffusion only, we are able to prepare solutions and suspensions. Now let us go for the next property. Particles of matter are continuously moving. Come to the activity 1.3. Take a intensity. You do not unlight it. You keep it in the corner of the room. Can you feel the smell? No. Now after some time, you lit the intent stick. You light the intent stick. Now sit at the corner of the room. Can you feel the smell at a distance? Sure, we can feel, isn't it? Similarly, I will give you one more example. If your mother is cooking biryani, can you feel the smell? Yes, you can feel the smell, isn't it? So what does it denote? It denotes particles of matter are continuously moving. They are not at all stationary. They are mobile. They are mobile means they will be moving. Then see the next activity. You take a glass of water and add a small drop of blue ink. So what happens? Blue ink will be slowly diffusing into the water. Blue ink will not sit separately, water will not be separately. They will mix with each other, isn't it? It denotes that particles of matter are continuously moving. Now, okay, come to the thing. So, what does it mean? They are moving, no? So, what energy do they have? They have kinetic energy. What energy they have? They have kinetic energy. What is meant by kinetic energy? The energy gained by the molecules when it is moving is called kinetic energy. We have learned in the lower classes itself, as the temperature rises, particles move faster. How can we say that? Okay, take 2 beakers. Take some amount of water. Keep the beaker 1 without heating. Take the beaker 2 and heat. So what happens to the molecule of water, which will be in motion? So as we heat, what happens? The kinetic energy increases. So it will be in movement. Okay, now this diffusion is very, very important. Okay, see, what do we observe in these activities? The particles of matter intermix on their own with each other. They are getting into the spaces between the particles. So this property is called diffusion. By the property of its diffusion only, we can prepare solution. That is, in the space of one matter, other spaces will go into. Have you all understood the second property? This diffusion is very much important. On heating, which energy increases? Kinetic energy increases. So the particles will be in motion. So they will be moving continuously. Then come to the topic 1.2.3. The particles of matter, what they will do? They will attract each other. Come to the activity 1. What the people are doing? They are holding their hands together, isn't it? So like that, the particles will be attracted to each other. So atoms will be held strongly by some forces. I will tell you with some examples. Okay, take a iron nail, take a piece of chalk piece and a rubber band. What is meant by iron nail? Iron nail means ani. A piece of chalk piece and rubber band. Okay, try to break the iron nail by your hand. Is it possible? No. We have to take a hammer and we have to break. Try to break the chalk piece by hand. We can easily break it by hand. There is no need for hammer. How can we break the rubber band? Just by stretching we can break, isn't it? So what does it mean? So the attraction is not same for all the matter. It is different. What does it mean? Iron nail has strong attraction. So we have to apply more force to break that. Chalk piece compared to iron nail, it is less. So a little force can be applied to break that. Rubber band, the force of attraction is very less. So a small stretch is enough. So it means that all the particles are not held by the same force. The force differs from one molecule to other molecule. Okay. See. So what does it mean? What is the conclusion? The strength of the force of attraction varies from one kind of matter to the another. It is not same for all molecule. Have you all understood, children? So let us sum up what we have learned. So what we have learned? We have seen what is matter, and we have also seen what are the physical properties of matter, and we have also seen the characteristics of matter. So this is what we have learned today. So what is your activity? See, take your book. In page number 3, there are 4 questions, isn't it? So read the questions and write the answers and submit it in the next class. Have you all understood? Hope you all understood the class. Thank you, children. Meet you again in the next class. Thank you.